Hi, I'm Audrey Fletcher and I'm here today to take you on a journey to discover the answer to the age-old question, how old are the pyramids? The official view is that they are no more than 5,000 years old, dating to about 3000 BC. My discoveries, however, which I first published in 1999, differ from the official view and are unique. So now let us take the first steps on our voyage to determine the age of the pyramids. So, how old are the pyramids at Giza? The short answer to the question is the same age as the Sphinx. But how do we demonstrate this? As you learned in earlier videos in this series, the Great Sphinx at Giza is the earthly counterpart of the long-lost and long-forgotten Celestial Sphinx, a discovery which I published in 1999. The Celestial Sphinx is the blueprint for the Great Sphinx at Giza. As above, so below. The computer software I use to access this sky chart is SkyGlobe 3.5. Note the pyramid in the background of each of these pictures. The inclusion of a pyramid in the sky chart of the Celestial Sphinx more than suggests that there was at least one pyramid intended for inclusion on the original ground plan at Giza. We may well ask why. For what purpose was the Sphinx and at least one pyramid at Giza created? The answer lies in the creation of the heavens by the Celestial Sphinx, which was explored in parts 2 and 5 of this series. The Sphinx and at least one pyramid were created to celebrate and immortalize this golden age of creation, the first time, Zep Tepi. As the sky map on the previous page is further extended to the right of the screen, it continues to reveal its secrets, its sacred knowledge. Incredibly, 3 pyramids are visible directly behind and directly west of the Celestial Sphinx, just as on the ground plan of the Giza Plateau, on earth as it is in heaven. It is my belief and strong contention that this celestial blueprint for the ground plan at Giza is in fact the Celestial Hall of Records. The Sphinx at Giza is a sacred mound within a sacred and ritual landscape, a landscape which includes the 3 main pyramids which sit to the west of the Sphinx on the Giza Plateau. It was in part 3 that I gradually revealed the grand design and purpose of the ground plan at Giza, the creation of heaven on earth. However, it was more than this. It was also to celebrate and immortalize the creation of the heavens by the Celestial Sphinx. As above, so below. Thousands of years later, the sacred knowledge of the constellation of the Celestial Sphinx, its associated secrets and creation mythology had been lost. All that remained was the enigmatic Sphinx at Giza, facing towards the east across the River Nile, with 3 pyramids situated directly behind him in the west. Significantly, on the star map, the 3 pyramids are formed by the constellation of Phoenix, so named by the ancient Greeks, the myth attached to it being about death and resurrection. In ancient Egyptian mythology, the precursor of the phoenix was the Bennu bird, also representing death and resurrection. The Great Pyramid represents the body of the Bennu bird, while the flanking pyramids represent the wings. The 3 main pyramids at Giza were erected directly behind and directly west of the Sphinx at Giza, in imitation of the heavenly original, as indicated on the star map, to symbolize the death and resurrection of the sun. The 3 pyramids, like the Sphinx, are an integral part of both the star map and its earthly counterpart, the ritual landscape at Giza. The Sphinx and the pyramids are inseparable, they are interdependent, and are therefore of the same antiquity. The sky map is the Rosetta Stone, the key to decoding the GIZA complex. I have demonstrated beyond doubt that the sky map, which I have incorporated into these pages, is the key to unlocking the sacred knowledge and ancient mysteries of a long lost and long forgotten civilization. A civilization which is ancient beyond historical time, ancient according to astronomical and geological time. It is an ancient civilization belonging to the annals of antiquity. Theirs was a time when they understood that they were a thread in the woven fabric of creation, death, and renewal. The purpose for which the Sphinx and 3 pyramids on the Giza Plateau had been created was to celebrate and immortalize the golden age of creation, the Genesis, Zep Tepi, by the Celestial Sphinx. They so exactly mirrored their heavenly counterpart at the very time of the act of creation. The Sphinx forever looking eastwards to observe the final act of creation, the rising of the sun, with the 3 pyramids sitting directly behind him in the west, symbolizing death and resurrection as the sun continued on its journey through day and night. Sunrise on the first perfect day was at 6:26 a.m., July 4th, 14,000 BC, Zep Tepi, the first time. It was a lost and forgotten ancient civilization who were responsible for the creation of heaven on earth. Sadly, the true meaning of the Sphinx and pyramids at Giza had been lost for millennia, but now, thanks to my unique research in 1999, they can regain their rightful place in the golden age of creation, Zep Tepi. We are now back to the original question. How old are the pyramids at Giza? And the answer is the same age as the Great Sphinx. In part 5, I demonstrated the Sphinx to be 16,020 years old. The Sphinx and the pyramids are inseparable. They are interdependent and are therefore of the same antiquity. The 3 pyramids appear on the celestial blueprint for the ground plan at Giza and are an integral part of the ritual landscape, symbolizing death and resurrection of the sun. Sunrise on the first perfect day was at 6:26 a.m., July 4th, 14,000 BC, Zep Tepi, the first time. Remarkably, therefore, the pyramids are at least 16,020 years old. However, add another 25,920 years due to precession, and they could be 41,940 years old. Add yet another 25,920 years, and they could be a staggering 67,860 years old. The Sphinx at Giza and the 3 pyramids are ancient beyond historical time. They are ancient according to astronomical and geological time. I hope that you have enjoyed this presentation and that you will subscribe to my channel. I look forward to sharing with you my continued research into the ancient Egyptians in my next video. Bye for now.